The Ali robe, Elvis had met Ali numerous times, and of course Elvis and Ali had developed a friendship, and Ali saw some of Elvis's clothes and he said, man, he said, them some fancy duds. He told Elvis that apparently, and Elvis decided he wanted to give the champ something really unique that the champ would really be blown away by with all this artistic work on it.
At the time of the Ali robe, we were doing, I think, about 4 or 5 different punch-on suits. Which ones, I'll never be able to figure out, because after a while it all starts to blend a little bit. Everything had a rhinestone. But Bill Blue had come in about, the robe, and he had to say, People's Choice on the back and all of this stuff. And he referred to a suit that Elvis had worn, that I guess he had worn when he and Ali were together. So I had to find the right stones to complement the robe to remind him of that suit.
The order was placed, but in the midst of placing the order, the person who placed it said that they wanted the People's Choice put on the back of it. Well, everyone knows that Ali was considered the people's champion.
And I think right in the middle of this batch of suits, we had like 3 days to entirely do the robe and slip it through and then get back to what we were doing. So it was an interesting project. And I remember there was a little bit of concern about the weight, because Elvis had gotten used to wearing 150 pounds of stuff. But for Ali, he wanted the robe to be lighter and so on. So we couldn't eliminate the big jewels. So what we did was, in a lot of cases where the little jewels would go, we would just use the rim set for it and not put a jewel in it. So it made the design, but that way there wasn't any extra weight.
They finished it up and sent it out to Elvis, and of course Elvis met with the champ and he said, hey champ, I've got something I want to give you. And he presented the robe in a box to the champ. The champ opened it up and was looking at it. He says, wow man, this is really great. And he turns it around, and Elvis is standing there looking at him, standing beside him, and it says the People's Choice on the back of it. And Elvis looked at it and he said, he talked to the individual who had placed the order for it with Bill, and he says, man, he said, you done screwed it up. That's not what it's supposed to say. It's supposed to say the People's Champion, not the People's Choice. And it was like, of course, Ali, being the gracious person he was, he goes, no, man, no, that's cool. But the champ was apparently really gracious about it, and he loved it. Now then, that robe's on display at the Ali Center in Louisville, Kentucky.
No.
Could have been somebody.
I could have been a contender. I go up on that one, please. Please note the lining, how lovely. On this side, the other half. Did you get a fish out of that one? That one right there. Okay, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. I run out of crap. I don't know what to do.